It seems that Vegeta might have found a second son in another universe. Hello there, beautiful friends from around the world. I'm going to be your host, Blackenfist, and this is my review of episode 37 of Dragon Ball Super. Episode 37 is a fighting episode. The fight between the two Saiyans, Cabba and Vegeta. I would argue that perhaps this is probably the best fight in the tournament so far. Perhaps the Frost Goku fight was a little better, or maybe the one with Piccolo. I would have to think about that a little bit more, but it definitely is up there with me, at least in this tournament so far. However, I do have to question one of the decisions they made. One of those decisions is just making Cabba incredibly weak. Now this conflicts with me because we already had weak contestants in Universe 6 already. Winnie the Pooh, for example, was an incredibly weak guy that didn't even manage to hang with Goku for an entire episode. Now I'm not saying that Cabba is the weakest guy, but what I'm saying is I question why is it that the Universe 7 fighters are just so weak in comparison to Universe 6, it seems at least. Cabba completely blows his load after his first flurry against Vegeta and he's already out of breath. Now, but I do get what it was trying to do. Instead of substituting it with a traditional fight, what it was trying to do was build a relationship between Cabba and Vegeta. More specifically, Cabba learning how to transform into a Super Saiyan and Vegeta trying to teach him, facilitate that, and teach him a lesson in the end. Which I do think it works. However, one thing that I must say though, is I'll be incredibly disappointed if this is all that the two characters are going to end up doing. If the purpose of this fight was to establish the relationship and maybe growth between Cabba and Vegeta, and that would imply that there is more material after this arc, which is pretty probable that this tournament arc is not going to be the last arc of Dragon Ball Super, then I'm looking forward to see where the relationship between Vegeta and Cabba is going to go. This is similar to how Piccolo sacrificing himself in the Resurrection F arc, which by itself wasn't exactly the greatest moment ever and kind of disappointed me while first initially watching it. I did see that it was leading up to a build-up to Piccolo and Gohan training afterwards. But then again, I must say that they really haven't done anything with that to this point, have they? They've Piccolo and Gohan trained, but it seems that Gohan had other plans. I still have hope for the future though, that plot point and that development will not go to waste. And that's the same thing I feel about Cabba. Now even though the fight was fairly one-sided and it seemed Cabba didn't stand a chance, the way that the fights and hits, in particular punches, were presented in this fight was spectacular, and that's why I rank it among the higher tournament fights so far. But this is all going to be leading up to our next opponent, Hit, which is probably the most mysterious opponent on their side of the team. It's like their Monaka. And one thing I've noticed is Hit obviously is the Monaka of their team. That's the trump card. It's the most powerful character. And it seems that Hit in some ways is similar to Monaka. Monaka is a very silent character. If you noticed, Monaka and Hit haven't really been participating in commentating on these fights. As the fights have gone on, everyone else has chimed in, but it seems they remain silent. And even though Hit and Monaka seem to be similar, there's also very stark differences between their character designs. Monaka seeming to be simplistic, goofy, colorful, short. Hit's the exact opposite. He's slim, has darker colors to him, seems to be a lot more menacing and foreboding. It probably would be the wisest prediction to probably say that they're probably going to end up fighting at some point. But anyway guys, that has been my review for episode 37. This arc has been an improvement over the last one, I think, because the last one, I think in my honest opinion, was pretty bad. I didn't quite enjoy it, but it hasn't ended so far. We still got other fights to go. But if you enjoyed this video and you're looking forward to looking at other reviews, episode reviews, or any other Dragon Ball video otherwise, please subscribe to the channel as you will get more videos like this one. But until next time guys, I'm Blackenfist, and I'm out.